Hi, Michelle Fiore. I will make this short. Repeal, reform, it all sounds sexy, but it's not in legislation. The bottom line is we got to get to Congress and defund the bill. Period. That's the answer. We have to defund the bill. I might remind you, gentlemen, that Congresswoman Berkeley is not here, so maybe just if you guys have comments, she can't defend herself, so hold them and just answer the questions.
Can we respond to that?
Sure,
I think that defunding is a good short-term solution, but we still have to repeal the bill that's on the books.
Let me just go ahead and say this. We're really running out of time, so yes, you can respond. Here's what we're going to do. Take 30 seconds each. Please just keep it down to 30 seconds. Why should we vote for you? It's really pretty much whatever you've got the floor for 30 seconds. Whatever you want to say. Down a little bit, matter.
Start on that. Yeah, start on that. Let's be different. Let's check it.
Yeah, how about that? 30 seconds or less, okay? I am a person, a real person with real solutions that surround myself with the people that everything that in Congress affects. So what I do is I go to the people, I go to the veterans, I go to the unemployed, and I say, how are we going to fix that? They tell me that. I'm their congresswoman, I represent them. I take those words to Washington and I implement it. I'm Michelle Fiore, and I will make a difference for you. Vote for me, Michelle Fiore.
My name is Craig Lake, and we were talking about the healthcare bill that was on the books and how it was going to be resolved. So I think it was very pertinent to respond to that. Unfortunately, Congresswoman Berkeley had to go, but I think anybody on this panel, as she said, would be happy to debate her at any time. I'm a small business owner. I understand how to balance a budget. I understand how to sign the front, not just the back of a check. And I understand that our country is in dire need of fiscal reform and budget reform. We have to start meeting the budget, or everything that we have and everything we want to do for the good veterans here today is at stake. Personally, just wanted to give some background information on me. I am not a veteran, but I do believe in veteran issues. Our office will have someone on staff to take care of any of the veterans and constituents that we have. We've also gone out, we did a turkey fry in November where we donated over 40 turkeys to the U.S. Vets Initiative. We participated in the Toys for Tots drive. I personally donate money every year for the last several years to the Freedom Alliance, which gives scholarships to children of wounded veterans, permanently disabled or killed in war. So it's a very important issue to my heart, and I pledge that we'll have someone there for the veterans.
I'm Joseph Tatner, Tatner.com. I am a veteran, obviously, and I do have real experience, real solutions, and real legislation. As I said, I've already written legislation in my Republican contract with America 2010. It's on my website. I'd also like to point out that I also have worked on Mary Bono's campaign, Bob Dornan's campaign in the past. I was a technical director running press release and public hearings and press conferences back in Washington, D.C., so I worked with people like Al Gore, Hillary Clinton, Newt Gingrich, Haley Barbour, and I also worked briefly for AARP as a legislative analyst and for SEIU as a marketing analyst. And obviously, as you can imagine, a constitutional conservative Republican did not last there very long, but I did learn their methods from the inside out. I did learn what they're all about. And there is no such thing as bipartisanism. They don't care. They are our enemy because they choose to be. I know their tactics. I know how to beat them.
Yes, David Cunningham, CunninghamForCongress.com. I'm a small business owner, and as such, I've learned many things over my lifetime. I have great life experiences. I think this alone can qualify you to be in Congress, looking at some of the bios of people that are currently there. Now, I grew up in a military family. My father was a commander of an Air Force base over in Carswell, Fort Worth, Texas area. And I know what it's like to be raised in that environment. I also know some of the situations that currently face veterans. I know what faced my own father when he became ill and ended up in the hospital. So that's my spiel to you. David Cunningham, Cunningham for Congress.
Chuck Flume. I think my experience in all forms of business, the medical profession, the service industry, travel, all the things that I mentioned before, have created some judgment and wisdom in my mind. They say with age comes wisdom, so I should be the most wise here, but I'm not going to say that. Obviously, probably not the case. But I think we have to look beyond this primary. Whoever wins this primary election has to go toe-to-toe with Shelley Berkeley, and we have to go to Washington, D.C., and we have to be heard. And I think that I have some leadership qualities. Again, I have employed thousands of people in my lifetime. I've dealt with OSHA, I've dealt with the federal government, I've dealt with the state governments, I've dealt with rules, regulations, I've been audited. In fact, I'm being audited right now as we speak. So, again, Chuck Flume for Congress, thank you.
Ed Klaproth. Come to my site, edklaproth.org. I'm a strict constitutionalist in the vein of the Founding Fathers. I'm against the socialism, and I'm going to call it socialism, that's taken over our government. I want to return us to the principles of the Founding Fathers. We have to get back to what Jefferson, Washington, Adams, we have to get back to their belief. We go take our government back to their principles. Cut the federal government. We have to restore the power of the states that has been stolen from them. We have to restore the powers of the 10th Amendment. We have to bring back true freedom to our country. People say, oh, capitalism hasn't worked. Well, guess what? We haven't had capitalism for 100 years. The progressives have been taking over our country. They've given us a mixed economy that can't work. Their use of Keynesian economics is a disaster. It's Einstein's theory. To keep doing the same thing over and over again and expect a different result is insanity. And that's what we have in Washington, insanity. I intend to bring sanity back to Washington. Term limits. No more professional politicians, citizen politicians.
My name's Kenneth Wick. Your organization has endorsed me twice, and I'm going to tell you why now. You see, the Republican Party, for instance, the leadership of the Republican Party, not the members, has never endorsed me. They've never helped me. Matter of fact, they do everything in their power to make it so I don't speak places. Does that bother anybody? I'm a combat disabled veteran. My son is now serving our military. They're having the great GOP debate. And guess what? I'm not invited. But all you have to do is look at the polling numbers. I'm ahead of everyone by double digits. Amazing. The leadership that took over America, the people who are in charge of our country right now, are afraid of people like me. I can't be bought. I promise you, once you read this, you will endorse me again, because we all think the same way. The truth is, the majority on this panel thinks the same way. This is my shot to beat Congresswoman Berkeley. Again, my name is Kenneth Wagner. You read this, and I'll have your support.
Yes, my name's Don Wolbert again. It's a good time to bring it on. And it is the veterans in politics. We do realize that some candidates lack name recognition. We do not automatically endorse incumbents or veterans. We put everyone on an equal field, and then we decide who is best suited to represent the people of Nevada. Thank you very much for your time, ladies and gentlemen. We appreciate it.